The next release of gCADPlus will feature a new add-up length command. We think it can be used in a variety of ways. Let's just illustrate with an irrigation design. Water from a main supply comes in here and then is controlled by a series of solenoid valves. So the line that runs through here, and I'm just highlighting the line now, is controlled by this particular solenoid valve. You may well want to report or calculate the length of piping that is used in this series. So you can see that the specification for piping in this zone, specification says 40mm class 9, and that continues on to that point there. But then when we get to the end of the lateral line, we drop to 25mm class 9 as well. So that's PVC piping through there. What we want to do, or what the designer might want to do, is to total the length of piping required, say in that zone, and for that, tools add up length, we would pick the, in this case, 225mm diameter, hit the enter key, and that's totaled up a length of nearly 20,000, so that's 20 meters. So we're going to edit this, and we could add whatever we want at that point, but then we might want to pop it just say above that line and indicate 20 meters. So we've got the length of that little section. Then we could repeat add up length. We want this one, and this one, and do exactly the same. Now we've got 33.9 meters of piping required in that stretch, and this time we might put it down in this zone. You'd then of course want to match the properties of, say, this one to that one. I haven't done any editing of this one here, but that can be done later to 33.9 meters. And you could specify the class of pipe and do whatever you want. But you're clearly indicating and measuring accurately the length in that zone, the length in this zone, and then it becomes a matter of working over the whole drawing. Now, you could just say in this design, I want to total all the 25 nines, and you could move over the entire drawing, because as you run the command, let's do it again, you're picking this one, picking this one, you could pick down here, and you could work your way through the drawing. So because our designer here has used a 10-meter grid to lay out the sprinklers, it becomes quite easy to use this add up length tool and pick, in this case we're interested in the 25.9 laterals. We want the total length of these, and I'm just working my way through the drawing. In this case through here, we haven't broken the 25.9 line at that point, but the command will still work happily. So there's 60 meters, 60.3 meters of piping of that type in the design. In the case of a domestic design on a much smaller scale, the irrigation lines are shown here. If we click on the irrigation line, you can see that's one length running through there, and there's a second line running through here, and the designer here has done a polyline for the outer irrigation line, so that makes picking the current length easy. If you look in the properties box, that's 54.8 meters long, but the alternative line, the internal line, is more difficult. You can see it consists of a series of short lines, now an arc, and I'm working my way through. So in that case, the tools and add up length will work really well to get the length of that second irrigation line. The alternative, of course, would be to select all the entities in it, the arcs and the lines and so on, and join them. So I hope you see that that add up length tool can work on a large ovals and broad scale irrigation and on relatively small irrigation design work.